This week on the podcast, we're asking the big one. Could Hollow Knight Silksong actually be a Game of the Year contender? Then on our main topic, we look at the games that go viral, blow up, and somehow take over the internet. And also, what makes a meme hype game stick? And what could be the next Silksong? And speaking of meme hype, in this week's Pixel Picks Showdown, we're crowning the best indie game that went mainstream. All this and more on this week's Pixel Parents Podcast. Hello, and welcome to this next episode of the Pixel Parents Podcast, the show that discusses all things gaming from the perspective of parents. It's a Scott-hosted episode this week. You lucky, lucky people. And I am your host, Scott the Tastemaker Curry, as you all affectionately know me. But I am joined by my co-host, the final Da, the tribal thief, Liam Kelvin. How are we?
The final Daz pleased. He's pleased to have a week off. He gets to rest his chocolate tones. And yeah, I'm just happy to be back, talk some video games. It's a good time to be a gamer, Scott. It's been a very, very good week. How are you?
It's been an excellent week. I wrote this on Blue Sky, but I feel like a bit of a fraud this week because, you know, I've joined on the hype for Hollow Knight late, and now I'm reaping the rewards early, which feels great, but I just can't wait to talk about it. I really can't wait to get onto this fucking main topic so we can delve into Silksong because, good Lord, I have thoughts. I have so many thoughts. But before we get there, for those listening, this is the Pixel Parents Podcast, the weekly podcast by parents who game for those who do the same, where each week we discuss all things gaming while raising little ones. Liam's script is killing me here. Killing me. Every Friday you can listen and see your old dads talk video games on YouTube, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So please subscribe to us on YouTube if you're not already there so you don't miss these gorgeous mugs. And if you're listening to us, then you can come see our mugs anyway. One day. If you want to be a part of the podcast, and we always want you to be part of it, come say hello and share your thoughts with us at pixelparents.bsky.social on Blue Sky, or you can write to us at pixelparentspodcast@gmail.com. And if you like what you hear and you want to support the show, you can leave a 5-star review and share this podcast online with your mates. It really helps us out. We love seeing all the feedback and all the comments and stuff. It always makes us happy. We dopamine hits throughout the day, which really make the days easier. And of course, thank you for everyone who comments and everyone who joins us each and every week. So with that out the way, Liam, let's get into it. Come on now. Let's talk about the big one this week. Yeah. Hollow Knight Silksong.
Yep. The one game that everybody's been playing this week, and I've also been playing it, Scott. Also been playing it.
So how do you feel about it? What are your initial thoughts?
Well, yeah, I don't mind kicking it off this week. Yeah, my initial thoughts. I've actually been really enjoying it this time around, I have to say. My background with Hollow Knight, as we've known, I didn't care one iota about this before the announcement, after the announcement, and I've tried to play it multiple times, just didn't click. It just took its time, and I was just like, I'm bouncing right off this. It's just not grabbing me. And I thought, right, Game Pass is a thing. So Silksong's on Game Pass, and I thought, you know what, it'd be daft of me not to try it, wouldn't it? It's there, it's a free hit, why not? And I started playing a wee bit of it, and then I started playing a wee bit more of it, and then I kept playing a wee bit more of it, and then others have kind of passed. So, yeah, credit where it's due, it just seems to do a much better job at kind of getting us into the action. I feel like it's a little bit more alluring to the player. Of course, if you had that prior knowledge like you mentioned, you'd have a deeper appreciation of it if you've finished the first game. For me, I think last week I spoke about that Mass Effect 2 comparison, and it feels apt here, you know, because Mass Effect 2 did the same thing. It just kind of got its arse in gear right off the bat, and this game does that, man. Like, yeah, and it was I do have a confession though, right?
Oh God.
And I've been keeping it for the show. So, as you know, Scott, you know me very well. I am a lazy bastard, right?
Oh God.
I am very, very lazy. So, the Xbox is through in the living room, and I couldn't be bothered unhooking it. So, after kind of being like, oh, this is good, I want to keep playing this, I did just go buy it on PlayStation.
Oh my
I thought
God.
it's 15 quid. So it meant that I didn't have to move any consoles. It's a total first world like privilege and problem. But you know, I'm glad I did, because it meant that I could play it on the Portal. I nearly bought it on Switch, but the problem is the wee fella, he's on that Switch all the time.
Aye,
And
true.
after Donkey Kong Bonanza Gate, where he deleted my progress, I'm a little bit hesitant of having anything on there, to be honest. But yeah, we'll have lots and lots to kind of get into. That's my initial thoughts. But Scott, go on. This has been something that you've, like you mentioned, recently into the Hollow Knight world, the hype cycle. Doesn't matter when you got on board, you're on board. How have you been finding Silksong?
It is incredible, Liam. The moment turning that game on and just being introduced to Hornet and what's happening in that moment, it was like, oh my God, we're here. Like, I can't imagine being a player of that game who's waited all this time and just seeing this in real life. I couldn't believe it. And I've only been waiting for like 4 days. But it's
Still a wait.
pretty ridiculous, to be honest with you. But it's the one thing for me is that despite all the hype, it's kind of living up to that hype. It's not letting me down at any turn. I've seen people online moaning about, you know, the difficulty in some of the platforming and stuff like that, and having difficulties with that more than the bosses. And it's like, well, aye, but there's ways to get around it, and you just get better at it. Like,
Yeah,
that's just the game.
use a D-pad.
Yeah, you wouldn't more about Mario. Do you know what I mean? You would just get better at it. But it just does everything better. Like, you know, the first few hours, you're like, oh my God, I just need a dash. And then you get a dash, and it's like everything changes from that moment. And you're just like, oh my God, like the world is now right. It's perfect. Like, it's even down to, like, you know, in Hollow Knight, the knight doesn't talk. You're just standing there, you're like Link.
Yeah.
And Zelda, you're just like a husk. Whereas Hornet has her own personality. Like, she is a character in this game, not an innocent bystander, and I love it. I love all the wee freaks in the world, all of them. They all have weird wee stories and weird wee quirks. Is it Chakra, the map person? Absolutely go. I have walked about my house singing the song.
Is she like the big tall warrior?
The big tall warrior woman.
Yeah, I can't stop singing that song as well.
Incredible. And then you've got Sherma, the wee one that dings the things together. Love her as well. But then you've just got the recurring people who keep on coming back. Love it, man. I love it. I hit Act 2 last night unintentionally. Just stumbled into an area, and I was like, oh my God, I am now on Act 2. But
well, I'm going to stop you there, right? Because let's take our time with this one.
Oh.
Right? So, how many hours? I'd imagine you must be about 12 hours or something into this by now.
Probably a bit more, Liam. Maybe increase that by 8.
Right,
9,
okay,
maybe.
That's fine. I would say about 20 hours in. Act 2, would you say? And you say you stumbled across it now. As we know, this game is very Souls-like in that regard. You know, it's just go, dig about, see what happens, and find what's in. It's not really going to signpost you, which is good. It's nothing new, but that's what it does. When you stumbled into Act 2, how far? Is this just a recent thing, or is this just something that you were like, I'm just going chasing something else, or was that obvious? Was it signposted of following a boss fight or something?
Not particularly, no. It was just, I think I had just gone down this path, and I was just following it to see where it goes, which is 90% of the game itself. But I was just following this path in a random route, and it just led me to there. It was mad. And yeah, it was just, I fought this boss, and then I just started getting to a point where I was like, right, I'm fighting this boss, so I'm going to beat it now. There's no point not doing it. So I would just constantly try and fight it, and then I beat it, and it was like, okay. And then I've just been playing Act 2, and I think I think I've witnessed the saddest thing that I've seen in video games twice in a row, Liam. Twice in a row.
Which if you want to know what Scott's talking about, you can see that on the Pixel
Oh,
Parents
you can
TikTok
actually. Look
and
at
YouTube
you.
as well. Look at me plugging. The final Dan knows how to shell. No, it's great that you're getting those moments in there peppered in, and I'm glad like it's finally clicked for me. Again, sometimes any game's worst enemy can be a slow start.
Mm-hmm.
And how many times have you heard it? It gets good X amount of hours in, and look, we were just talking about it last week. You know what drives you to play a game, and it's the vibe and the FOMO, effectively. And yeah, when the game launched, you're like, you might as well check it out. If it wasn't in Game Pass, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about it. So it's the kind of the beauty of Game Pass and kind of open it up. And then, of course, PlayStation come and reap the rewards in this case. But it's pretty cool that it's there, and I can't imagine how like that, and amongst everything else with the Steam numbers that you saw over the weekend, everybody was playing this game. And the only thing I think that will come close to it, well, you'll see it next year when Grand Theft Auto comes out. Like it's a community moment, if anything else. And I'm just glad that I was apprehensive starting it up because I was thinking, I hope this isn't the same thing. But it does a much better job of building that intrigue and just making you want to go a little bit further. It reminded me a lot, in some senses, of Bloodborne, in the sense that it's just breadcrumbing you. And it's like, you're going to get roadblocks, you're going to get like little micro challenges in there. But you spoke about the difficulty. I'm not going to sit here and be like, the game's not hard. You know, they definitely will kick your ass at points, but it's not to the point where you're like, I can't be arsed with this. That being said, I know in the back of my mind there's probably going to be a drop-off point for me, at least when it becomes too much of a grind. I've heard stories of people getting stuck on bosses for hours and stuff. You know me, that's not going to be me. However, I have managed to navigate the challenge put in front of me so far, and I'm appreciating that. That's what a good Metroidvania should do. Beating the bosses is always great. There were some bosses that I kind of breezed by, where I was like, and then you go on Blue Sky and it's like people are really like having difficulty with it. And that's one thing I wanted to ask, how you found it. The platform and stuff, and particularly Hornet's kind of like diving attack, where you're just pressing like down and direction on the D-pad. I find that like pretty straightforward to do, but some people have kind of, they just can't really get the hang of this at all. And I'm not sitting here like going, get good, son. But I'm wondering, is this like something, I've seen things about, it depends on the controller, it depends on what platform you're playing. I'm not sure, have you experienced anything like that when you've been playing it so far?
Not really, no. I think that the initial crest that you get, which, determines your moveset, that initial crest that you get ultimately it varies in terms of the attacks that you do, and your down attack is affected by that. So the first one you get is a dive kick, and you're trying to hit these tight jumps with a dive kick, and it's a bit of a pain in the arse. I get it, but you just figure it out. You just figure it out, and the solution is there. Like, the solution is 5 minutes in another direction, and then you've got something else. And yeah, I've not found much difficulty with that. There's been a couple of instances where, I'm stuck in a certain place, and it is just because I'm just not paying attention. Like, I either, I do something daft, or I don't pay attention at a certain moment, and I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm now bouncing off spikes just to annoy myself. But it's just been great, man. Like, it's been phenomenal to play. It's gorgeous. Like, it's a gorgeous game. It's every single biome, every single area that you get to, they're all littered with personality, with variety, and with everything. It's amazing. The music that accompanies everything is outrageous. Like,
the music is a strong point. 100%.
Hollow Knights was phenomenal as well, but this seems to have just jumped up to another level. Like, that those years in gestation have really done it wonders, because it's total testament to just taking your time with something and making something great. But I'd say that my biggest issue with it at first, because you're talking about the player onboarding process, and this is probably just a personal thing, because I've just come off playing Hollow Knight where I had everything, the platinum trophy and everything as well. I have all the upgrades, I have everything. I move through that map like I literally fly through it, fly through it. But with this, it was, boots on the ground. You're just slowly trudging along, and it was like, God. Now that just made me be a me thing because I've played the other one and I'm flying around. But if you're coming to this for the first time, it's nice because you can take your time to get through it. You can figure out how the combat works. You can figure out how the moves and everything you want to kind of go through, and then very quickly your arsenal's boosted. You're picking up all these different abilities and stuff, and it changes how you play it. And even now, it's still like that. It's even now, like Act 2, it's given me something that has completely changed the way that I play it now. And yeah, you've spoken about some of the bosses as well. Listened to podcasts, listened to people seen on Blue Sky, people struggling with certain things, and it's like, yeah, like I've maybe not struggled with that myself, but there's been something that, last night I was stuck on something for ages. If you go and look at that TikTok video, I was stuck on that fight for hours, just trying to work it out, and it's worth it because it's basically just like a platforming challenge at the end of the day. You're just having to time your jumps and move out the way of everything, but it's just been great, and I can't stop thinking about it. Like that's the testament to a good game, is that when you're not playing it, you're thinking about playing it.
Yeah,
you're thinking about what your next steps are, and it still has all the old tropes, like all the people, everyone moaning about the fact that you have to equip the compass to see yourself on the map. Like in other games, yeah, but that is a feature of Hollow Knight. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like taking away Mario's double jump. Like it's just like it's just a feature of the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's probably more just like a quality of life gripe, to be honest with you. Like,
but
they can still. Look at it. I've not noticed because I'm just like, all right, that's how it works.
You just buy it. Like it gives you enough places to equip it, but it is just that's the game. Like that's how they wanted to make it. And if you don't want to use the compass, then don't. Just figure out where you are on the map yourself.
That's it. I mean, you get a sense, like in other Metroidvania, you start to kind of commit stuff to memory anyway.
Yeah.
You will of course need a map. It does help, but especially when you've kind of ran certain routes and you're like, right, where do I go next? I've been down this bit about 4 times. I'm not seeing anything new.
There's an area in Act 2 that even with a map, I don't even think I'd know where I'm going. Like absolutely no idea where I'm going, and I swear to God, it's like a hall of mirrors, basically. Like I go up one way and I feel like I've been there before. I'm like, fuck, I have no idea where I am.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I'd expect you to wrap this up by next week, to be honest with you. I know easily. The big question for me is, am I going to see it to the end? And it's like, I'm quite happy to chip away just now and play it. And I'm enjoying it. I've actually been enjoying it and playing it with my son as well, because he's been wanting to check it out with us, and he's been enjoying just kind of seeing the world. Try to give him a shot. It's just, it's a bit too difficult for him. But he's quite happy to sit and watch me play it. But there was a bit where we were fighting a boss, and he was actually coaching me through a tough fight with some advice that I gave him. I was kind of like, in the moment, kind of annoyed, kind of like, don't talk to me, I'm trying to beat this. But it was just said to me, he was like, Daddy, don't get annoyed, just have fun. And I was just saying that to him, like the day prior, because he constantly gets pure raging if he can't get past something on a game.
Nice.
And I thought that was quite sweet, and it was cool to see. He was just like, just have fun. And it's like, you know what? That's kind of been my mantra with playing. It's because I'm not in the headspace for like a big, sweaty, salty grind just now. But it's like, all right, I've had a few attempts at that boss, so I beat it. I might as well keep going. And that's kind of just been the vibe, because I've very much kind of keeping that attitude. If I get to the point where it's like, I'll just put it down. But that tends to be the acid test for a lot of these kind of Souls-like games. I'll do the same with a lot of the Dark Souls games. I'll get so far and I'm just like, I just can't be bothered now. I've had my fill. But I still will put a good chunk of time, and I'll likely restart them as I do. Like through the years, I always restart them. Except the ones that I've beat. But Elden Ring and Bloodborne and that are the ones that come to mind, because it's like I can rinse those games now. But this one, very good. I suppose the big question here though, Scott, and it's difficult because we're both not finished it. From what we've seen, Game of the Year contender.
I think it's up there. I do think it's up there. I think that in any other year, yeah. But, Expedition 33 came out this year. So I think that exists and is completely fucking it all. Whether or not this game changes something in the next 10, 15 hours that, changes the game for me completely, I don't know. It is doing things that Hollow Knight didn't do. And, things like the task system where it's improved on things like that, where you've got those tasks where you can go back and it's like wee mini objectives. Even just like the storytelling of it. I was just about to say there, you're talking about the boss fights being the catalyst to move you on, and I get that, completely get it. But for me, it's been the boss fights are an addition to it. Like, they're not the main event. Where this game truly succeeds and where it actually is, successful for me is I've gone back to certain areas and things have happened. Like, the world continues to live with you in it. Like, when you go back to the hub area at the beginning, things can happen that change the whole game. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, what? Yeah. You could have missed it. Just continued on, like an area that you wouldn't go back to. I found things in areas that I had absolutely no right finding. Even last night, I found something absolutely ridiculous. So it's just like those wee breadcrumbs in there that are like, yeah, there's wee nuggets here that I can find. And yeah, it's just, I love it. I do. I'm in love with it. Whether or not that's going to make it my game of the year this year, I don't know. I honestly don't even know.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty level-headed assessment there, Scott. I was fully expecting you to come in and go, yeah, Hollow Knight Silksong, game of the year, give it all the flowers.
It's because I'm hosting this week, Liam. I have to be the level-headed one of the podcast this week.
That's for me.
It's just been a mad year for games. Like,
yeah, it's been, going into it, I wasn't expecting much from 2025 in terms of video games, but it's been an absolute banger so far. We've still got some big ones to come. But yeah, man, like, what a year for games. And to the point where I'm trying to recall a lot of the big ones that I've played, and by big I just mean ones that have left a mark, and I've had a good handful. Have been spoiled.
I mean, Clear Obscure, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Death Stranding 2, Blueprints, Split Fiction, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. But this is coming in a year where we're going to get Ghost of GOTY. As of Friday, we might now know the release date for Metroid Prime 4. Like, it's just,
we could still have more surprise things. I mean, at the time of this podcast going live, if you're listening in the morning, there'll be a Nintendo. By the way, I need to say, I have a pet tortoise, right? And he is behind me just now, like trying to burrow himself. He's getting ready for hibernation, so I'm not. It might sound like I'm in a creaky old ship, so apologies. It's just the tortoise in the background, and he's enraging me. But yeah, today, when this goes live, there'll be a Nintendo Direct, the longest one ever, 60 minutes. It's the 40th anniversary of Super Mario, Scott. I mean, listen, I can't believe they announced the shadow drop to a 3D Mario game out of nowhere. Just try to manifest this.
I cannot believe that Danny DeVito is Yoshi, or
Rosalia.
They've reanimated Bob Hoskins and created a multiversal Mario. Bob Hoskins is Wario. There you go.
The latest addition to Smash. Bob Hoskins is Mario. Christ almighty. God rest his soul. But yeah, what a year, man. I mean, for me, I'm playing this and I'm like, I can see Silksong being on. It's got a good chance of being the Pixel Parents Game of the Year top 10 list, and as well as some other things yet to be announced. But it's, for me, there's something there. Like, as solid as and as enjoyable as it is, there's nothing here that has that earth-shattering thing, and that's the problem with a sequel. That's the problem with a lot of Metroidvanias in general, because it's like I've played Shinobi as well. Yeah, and a game that I've thoroughly enjoyed. It's definitely runs its road a little bit more, but this will as well for me at some point. I suppose the same could be said for any other games. So it's not really a valid criticism, but it's not a swipe. Right now, if I was to score it based on my experience so far, I'd say I've had like a good 9 out of 10 experience with it so far, which feels fair to me.
it's I
That's not my final score, by the way, but just that's
yeah,
just so far.
no, I know, I totally get it. I think that from what I've played, I'm probably with you, to be honest with you. I keep on comparing it to Hollow Knight, just obviously because of recency and the obvious parts of it. But I think it does. A good sequel improves on everything that the first one set in stone, and it does. It does that in spades. And it's just incredible. Like, I'm every single day that I'm playing it, I'm like, how the fuck is this real? Like,
Yeah.
they could have released it a few years after the first Hollow Knight game and just been like, yeah, here's it, and it's just a similar experience, and that's it. But they have done so much to this game. Like, the worlds are just so vast, and everything just makes sense. It's weird. My biggest criticism of the game, Liam, and this is probably my only criticism of the game, is that the areas that you go through do not link properly. Like, it feels weird how you could be going from mossy area to lava submarine area. It's like,
Oh yeah.
I don't fully understand how that works. The natural path through Hollow Knight felt like, there's a place called Green Path, and then that moves onto the Queen's Gardens underneath it, and that makes sense. Whereas this just doesn't feel like it has a flow. There are parts of it that do. Like, you can see the moss grown in certain parts between areas, and like, you see different things, but I'm trying to be like really, really, really vague because I don't want to spoil anything. But
Yeah, of course.
you see different things happening, and it's like, that's cool. But it's the separation between areas just doesn't make sense yet in my head. Right.
Yeah.
And that's probably my biggest criticism of it. It's just like they're saying, let's have an ice level, let's have a fire level, let's have grey, sad town area, and let's just throw them all together into one place, and that's basically it. But it's a small gripe. It's the smallest
Very
gripe of
small,
all
yeah.
time. Like, it's just so small, so small. But it's just ridiculous, man. I'm just loving my time with it, and I can't wait to finish it because I can't wait to see what I've missed, because there's so much in Hollow Knight that on a normal playthrough you're missing everything. Everything. There's no way you're playing that game and you know where you're going the whole time. And I defy anyone doing that. But this is a game where when I finish it, I'll go back through and I'll watch playthroughs of it, and I'll watch people finding all these secrets, and then I'll go and do it myself because it's just incredible. And
That's a good shout.
It's got a wee snail. It's got a wee snail-looking lady with weird lips that always wants to kiss you. That's cool.
Yeah, if I had a coin for every time that's happened. It's definitely it's good. It's like I like these moments. Where you can, eat some crow and get on board with it. It's good. It's at the end of the day, you win because you've got a good game to play. Quite happily do that. But also, when you look back at the whole year, it's like, yep, it's a fine vintage. And as we head into 2026, which is looking like it's going to be, a hallmark, watershed moment. Hopefully, what Hollow Knight Silksong, the moral of the story is, and you mentioned it earlier, just give teams time to cook, and they will. And, thinking of things like Grand Theft Auto, etc., and other ones that we might get to later in the show, it's only a good thing. Time, hopefully, can equate to that quality. And it's just like, you can feel the TLC that's poured into the game. And that's the biggest thing that I can appreciate about it, is that this has clearly been made by a team that have enjoyed their work. I know, like, Team Cherry aren't big. There'll be other contractors and that they've got in to help them with it. But yeah, it's such a good thing. And for a game that's like, £16, $15.99 here.
Ridiculous.
For the numbers it's getting, what a success story.
Aye.
And it always was going to be. It's just when you're seeing it happen live, it's like, this doesn't happen often. You've just got to appreciate it at the end of the day.
They mentioning the price, Liam. The price itself could have been more. Like, they could have charged us 20, 25, 30 quid at least. And I'd have been like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I wouldn't have felt shortchanged by it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It would have definitely been one of those acceptable amounts. And we have this conversation all the time privately, talking about paying for games and the time that you play them and feeling that value for money. But this would have felt justified already if it was 30 quid. And it's just like, it's amazing that we're in 2025, the year of our Lord 2025, where we are literally being shagged out of our pockets for every single penny that we have, and we can still get this. It's incredible.
Yeah, it really is.
We're looking at a fucking James Bond Ultimate Edition that has a weird golden gun that's like 300 quid or something like that. It's like madness.
I just don't know. I remember seeing that getting announced, and I thought, I don't know if there's a Bond fan that's big enough in my circle that would get that, because I'm a sucker for a good collector's edition, as you know, but I kind of draw the line at a golden firearm, and it just kind of gives a bit of psycho vibes to it. But each to their own, as I always say. But yeah, it's just been it's been great just kind of tuning into other podcasts and stuff, listening to the hype as it trickles on. There'll be fellow podcasts out there, big and small. We'll all be doing the same, just talk about Silksong. And if you've picked it up or not, grab it in Game Pass. And if you've got a spare 15 quid, it's such a low barrier of entry. You're probably going to be like me. I didn't feel shortchanged by it because I thought, it's 15 quid, toss them a bone. You're quite happy to support any developer at that point if you've kind of got it lying about. Luckily for me, I had a wee bit of birthday scratch lying about there, Scott. So went towards that. Happy birthday to me, to them. So yeah,
happy birthday, Team Cherry.
It's all worked out, man. But I would say before we go on, though, you mentioned another game, though, Scott. Mentioned another game, and it's my honour and privilege to announce on this show that we have not got a copy of Ghost of GOTY, and we will not be posting a review with everyone else at the same time. I have to do the bit, Scott. PlayStation's approach to it is fair enough, but it's always there's an element of cringe whenever it happens. It's like, right, let's sound the Keeley Klaxons, and it's just that the starting menu and stuff like that. I think, let's shake it up a bit, Sony. Give us something else, but they must be confident.
Just that whole part. I have this. I'm playing this. I have played this. I get it. It's a whole marketing beat, and it's like
you have to do it.
You have to do it because we would do it. We've played the Xbox.
I hate myself for.
We've played the Xbox Nintendo 64. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's what I would call. You would enter the floating head era of this podcast where we just take pictures of us looking pure shocked.
Oh my god!
And even if the game's good, you just like worst game ever. I've entered it, Scott.
I've thought about the day, and we'll get to this soon, Liam, because we do have an announcement. But the grift era is coming, ladies and gentlemen.
Man. I'm
it is coming. Liam is fighting the fight. But have you been playing anything else though?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Because of Silksong, I have tried in earnest to juggle some things, Scott. I've got one casualty. So I thought, so I got my dates confused. I thought the DLC, Indiana Jones and the Order of Giants, was at the end of the month. Colour me embarrassed at the weekend when I realised, it's actually out. It'd been out for 2 days. So I downloaded that, but Silksong just destroyed my plans for it. So again, good compliment to that game itself. But I'm like, I think it's about 4 or 5 hours long. And I think I'm going to keep that for this weekend, Scott. Just something that's like a movie. I want to sit down, just enjoy that over a couple of nights, and I'll be very happy. So I'll come back next week with more thoughts on that. I have also been playing a game, a pretty cool little indie title. That's where the rest of my time is going, but I'm not going to say what it is yet. I'm going to keep that powder dry, Scott.
Is that the game that I've also been playing as well?
Indeed, we both have, because we've got some cool stuff up our sleeve. But all I'll say right now is I've been really enjoying it. It's been a good palate cleanser.
It's been an absolute throwback. That's
really has,
all I can say. It's just been a complete throwback to a time that I needed to go back to for a while.
Yeah. And I'm all I'm doing. I'm just teasing the listeners out here. This is a game that's not going to be. It's not like about to come out. It's out there. You can play it, but in the interest of what we've got planned for talking about this game, and that's right, I think Scott just farted.
I didn't actually just fart. I kicked a chair and it fell over.
All right, okay. I hate it when that happens. Nudge, nudge. But yeah, I'm looking forward for us to come back and talk about it. But let's give Silksong its time in the sun this week. So yeah, that's really been it for me this week. But what about yourself? Did you manage to get to anything else this week?
No, not really. No, I've been playing that the game Redacted, and it's been great. Just to as I say, it's been a throwback to a period in time where I would play games like this in my youth, and it was like, oh man, take me back to a time where I didn't have to worry about bills and World War. But it's been great. I'm trying to think if I played anything else. I haven't, even with the Wii one. I lost my Nintendo Switch again, by the way.
How does this keep happening?
We found it. So the Nintendo Switch was lost a few months back, and I didn't see it for a month. Like, completely gone. No idea where it went. And it was actually down the side of my bed in a wee basket, hidden underneath a book. So I was like, I could have looked there anyway. But since then, my daughter takes it on, like, if she goes out with her mum, and they're going on a long drive somewhere, she'll just take it with her because it's an easier thing to throw on and she can control it. She knows what she's doing and things. And every single time she does it doesn't come back. No idea where it goes. But we see it. Like, I've seen her in the car with it, and it's like, yeah, it's obviously going to be in the car somewhere. So I went to check for it, and I could not find it. But I'm holding back the rage, Liam, because the last time I got so annoyed about it, I was like, "You're not playing that Switch again!" Like, if you can't look after it now, then you're never going to look after it. And it turns out it was probably me that moved it. So she's like, "It's not my fault. It's your fault."
If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding.
You can't have your pudding. But we'll find it somewhere, because there's been a couple of games that I've been kind of flirting with on the Switch. And wanted to go back and play. Like, I felt like a pure moment in the week where I wanted to go back and play. Before Silksong, I wanted to go back and play Fire Emblem again.
Oh yeah.
I've also got the strangest urge, and I think you mentioned it a few weeks back, to go back and play Metal Gear Solid 5. Like,
yes,
it's that time of year. I think that'll be a Christmas time game for me, to be honest with you. I need to go back because I'm due it. But no, these are all just thoughts in my head that do not require anything, because it has all been Silksong and nothing more than that.
Main event. It's funny you mentioned that games that it's the worst possible time, but following on from what we talked about last week, like what drives you to play a game, and sometimes the vibe.
Yeah,
you mentioned it. It's autumnal. It's the best time of year, and here I am wanting to seriously start playing Elden Ring again.
Oh my god!
Might as well complete it for the 7th time. Why not? But it has to. It's all because, right? And I need to give a shout out to the RKG boys, because watching their retry series again, it's picking up where I left off. And that's kind of been the nightly ritual this week, and it's just, the best Let's Plays in the business, to be honest with you, if you haven't watched them already. And yeah, it's just taking me back to just, go exploring that world for the first time. Like you're saying, these are games like Metal Gear Solid 5 as well, ones that you have played, rinsed, completely rinsed. These are games that we have platinums in, Scott.
Yeah.
And yet, it's just like, I can go back to it. But that's, the vibe gaming. It's just the best.
The best
gaming. Can't beat it, man.
You're just influenced all the time. I was watching a YouTube video the other day about a guy called Johnston. He's a Pokemon YouTuber person, and he basically, I watched a video where he caught a living Dex in Pokemon Emerald or something like that, and I was like, I could go back and play Pokemon, Liam. And then it just led me to get it. Just made me angry about the fact that they're not all on the Switch yet. It's like,
for all we know, Scott, by the time this goes out, it might be. Who knows? It's a 1 hour long Nintendo Direct. I mean, here's a quick snapshot predictions, right? You fancy it? Because it'll be all redundant by the time it goes live.
Hopes and dreams, or genuine thoughts?
Manifesting predictions, I would say. Genuine in hopes and dreams, because it'll all be done by the time it's out. But
Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess.
Okay.
HD remake, that. Please.
Okay. I think for me, because it's Mario's 40th, I would love to see some type of Super Mario Galaxy 2 come to the Switch. Just make it happen. Just make it happen.
Yeah,
And
the Mario stuff's just going to be the movie. Like,
it will be one tip.
Nintendo hate us.
They do. Or it's going to be some like goofy fucking alarm clock or something like that again. Alarmo 2. More Alarmo than the last one.
Than the last one, aye. What else could there be?
Metroid Prime 4, I mean, that's the main event for me. Like, as the Resident Switch 2 mark here, that will come out probably, if I'm going to guess, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out the end of October. And this feels like the right time to do it. And if that happens, then I am coming in next week with a crystal ball and a cape. And the final day will be the Mystic one.
Mystic Egg.
October 27th. There you go.
There's always a fighting game collection, so I'm going to hang my hat on to a Soul Calibur collection or a Tekken collection. There you go. Okay. That's what I want.
That's not a bad show, actually. I was playing a wee bit of Soul Calibur the other day on the Nintendo Switch online, and it's still great, man. It runs like a dream on that, to be fair.
Furious.
I was, my son just fell over on the controller bit in his hand, and he played it with me as well. he kind of low-key likes fighting games now, Scott, so still playing that kind of Nickelodeon All-Stars because of Smash, but he's got a loan of that, you see. And I've just not quite pulled the trigger on it yet, but the Nickelodeon was really funny. Like, it's just something about, like, it's like going Garfield and just doing like basic kicks, up against like the grandma from Hey Arnold. It's just like, it's totally bizarre. But the game works. I would thoroughly recommend it for anybody with wee ones out there. And one final thing before we move on, because we're going to. Did you see the PlayStation have released a new family app as well? Just a little thing there for anybody that's sharing a console with kids. It basically gives you greater parental controls, spending limits, and you can get analytics on playtime and stuff like that. It's a free app that's on your phone. Well worth going to check that out. But that's just a wee PSA for all the parents out there that are listening.
Parents out there, get it in there, That's the reason why we do this show.
Listen, I'm wanting for Big Sony now.
I know.
That big bag
Sony.
Of cash.
It's Herman. Herman's on the phone every day.
Can I get him off the phone?
I have to fucking keep on hanging up.
Herman, I'm not taking that bloody Ghost of GOTY. Go away. I mean, I just wouldn't stop.
Listen, I think it's now time, Liam. It's time for the big announcement. I think we just have to do it. So I'm going to hand it over to us in the past.
Or the future.
Or the future, depending on how you want to look at this. But here is a moment from ourselves. Handing over to you, Liam.
We've got something new to share. We've just launched a Patreon page for Pixel Parents.
Don't worry, the show isn't changing. We'll keep bringing you the same free episodes you've always enjoyed on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere.
So why Patreon? We wanted one place to post updates, news and bonus stuff as it pops up. It just feels like the right time to try it out.
Right now there's no paywall and no paid tier, god damn it. Everywhere, everything stays free. Even extras like Pixel Reacts, that stays free too.
That said, if Patreon grows on us, or you, maybe someday we'll add a low-cost option for people who want to help support the show.
For now, it's just another spot for us to connect. We'll keep doing the show exactly the way you love it, free and weekly.
So if you would like to support us and grow our community, visit patreon.com/pixelparents. That's patreon.com/pixelparents. And as always, thank you for listening. You're the reason we make this show. And now, back to ourselves.
So what about that, ladies and gentlemen, eh? What about that?
The
man has won. I told you, the grift era is upon us. Not really though, because Liam had to coerce me into keeping this free. I was like, do you know what? Let's just charge them everything for nothing.
£100 an episode.
£100 an episode, and you'll pay for it, But Liam was like, look, the people have been good to us, and if we're being honest with you, all jokes aside, this is just a good opportunity for us to have somewhere where we can interact in a better way with you. Yeah. We see a lot of engagement on Spotify, on YouTube, on Blue Sky and stuff as well. We see a lot of it, but TikTok. This just gives us a yes. Oh, aye. But we see we want to just have a centralized place where we can interact with you, you can interact with us, and each other. So that's what this is all about. Not about the money. I'm not Shane O'Mac yet. But when we get there, I'll do something.
Scott's going to come on the show dressed as Bison. That's how you know that it's fully won. And you're right in saying it though. Listen, I'm excited about it. It's the main thing ultimately is, we wanted to have almost like a website that was just central. Patreon gives the exact same functionality without us having to piss about with building websites and hosting and all that stuff. So it's free, content's free, nothing's changing. But I think I see that as a positive. So if you've ever missed any episodes,
I've committed as well to a 10-minute daily show. I'll do it for the people. I'll give you 10 minutes of my day when I'm walking the dog, and we'll talk about life, and we'll just fucking let's just share everything, man. Let's just fucking get in about it and talk.
That's it. I mean, I'm fighting. We're fighting a good fight here. That's it. I mean, nothing enrages me more than when you listen to a podcast, you get hooked, and then it's like, right, fucking, it's get paywalled. It's like, piss off. And to be honest with you, the vast majority of ones I see do that, bar the really big boys, vast majority of ones I see here do that on this side of the pond, it never ends well because they over monetize it. There's nothing wrong with a bit of slight one, like if you're getting the odds and ends. But for us, we're just two old dads, and that's
not about the money. Going to be the case. It's never been about the money, because if it was, then we'd have done this to begin with. Do you know what I mean? It's never about the money. And if it ever does become something that we ask for money for, then rest assured it gets put straight back into this show and everything that we do.
Aye. But Big Herman's got us covered anyway. You know what I mean? He's got for me all the cash. So
true. Herman, he's the one that's paying for the Patreon for us also. if you want a couple of quid, then just let us know.
Yeah.
My dog's now joining the show.
You can go, if you want to go there and just become a member for free, you can go to patreon.com. I believe it's /Pixel Parents. You can find us on there. But yeah, we're on there. That will give you a feed of all the latest episodes, all the posts, everything that we're doing. If there's any wee special episodes or any wee cool things, you'll get it all there. And it's just another place to kind of keep in touch. And it's not Blue Sky, or you're not social media focused. So yeah, very much a dedicated feed, and it does what we need it to be, which is be a bloody website. So yeah, I'm excited about that. If there's any changes, or if it's something that, listen, let us know in the comments. If it's something that you think, like, listen, you should go down a different direction, or this is absolute garbage, get rid of it, I'm all ears.
Yeah, let us know, man, because
podcast will and forever be free.
Yes, of course, until it's not. I'm fighting the fight. I'm only kidding. Don't you worry. I'm only joshing. But that leads us on to the big segment for this week. This is one that's been in the oven for a while, to be honest with you, Liam. You made a comment on Blue Sky that I noticed a few months back, maybe a few weeks back, and it was, what is the next meme hype game going to be? We've obviously just got Silksong after 7 years, and that was, finally we have Silksong before GTA 6. GTA 6 is coming next year. We've got many of these games. So what do we think that next game is going to be? And that's what we want to talk about in this little shush. Yeah, that's what we want to talk about in these moments. This is what we want to talk about in this moment, because it's just it's poking a little bit of fun at the industry and having a little bit of fun with it.
Listen, this is why I love these ones. They're always fun, and I've prepared a wee prediction goofy list ones. I love these ones, but I've kind of got my ones down here. There will be crossover because there's only so many you can pick for. It's kind of AKA the ones Jeff wants, as I've kind of titled it here. So yeah, I'll get us moving. And this is the lowest hanging fruit. Okay. And this is not a goofy one, but this is one I genuinely think will be the case now that Silksong's out the road. It's glaringly obvious, and it has to be Half-Life 3, which is the remaining one. It ticks all the boxes of the exhaustive predictions ahead of pretty much every show. It's been creeping up the last kind of 18 months. Just wait until the Game Awards in December. We've even had your prominent leakers out there and informed accounts on Blue Sky Twitter, I'm not naming anybody, that they all kind of leave cheeky wee hints towards it, like I might have heard this, might have heard that. And it's always a no-show. I mean, don't call them out on it. It's dead frustrating. Bullshit merchants anyway, but I feel that Half-Life 3 is ripe for this. I feel like the meme hype is just, it's there. No, it's like the microwave meal of meme hype. It's like, there you go, just a couple of minutes, that's you sorted, ready to go. And I'm gutted about it because, man, I didn't like Half-Life at all.
I'd love to be in a conversation with this, Liam. I'd love to have a conversation with you about, the excitement that I really want Half-Life 3, but I would be lying if I said I've even seen what Half-Life looks like. Never played it, never even seen the game.
Yeah,
I've seen it in the box art, that orange box or something like that with Team Fortress. I've seen that, or Portal was it? But never ever played it.
I say that was my first foray into it, which was the orange box, and it wasn't even the best game on that. The best games on it. That's the thing. I prefer playing Team Fortress over it, to be honest with you. But yeah, it was always something like because I was not a PC gamer as well. And I know you had like ports to PlayStation and that as well down the line, but it was never on my radar when I was younger. So the Onsport was the first foray into it. Just didn't vibe with me. That's cool. Found it a bit humdrum. Just didn't like it. And listen, I was young. Could have went right over my head. And probably did. But when Half-Life 3 gets announced, I'm not going to be sitting there clapping like a seal. And yes, I know, saying that, I doubt it's going to be a Silksong situation. I really do, because I don't know, it's just not for me, man. But if in terms of the next meme game, I think that's the one you're going to see in the comment sections and the replies to Jeff Keighley when he's teeing up the Game Awards. It's like, announce Half-Life 3. I feel like that's, the lock of the week in this list, to be honest with you. A nice easy
Half-Life 3 win is the generic comments about it. Kingdom Hearts 4, maybe?
Yeah, I've got that on my notes here under Weebs Unite. So
God, just swiping an entire fan base of people who just love Tetsuya Nomura and Disney.
I mean, listen, it's not for me, right? I've always like the final dad's going to speak here, but I've always found Kingdom Hearts to be weird. Just a weird ass franchise, man.
That's why it's good. That's why it's so good.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, man. Listen, ain't nothing wrong with a bit of freaky, but yeah, this is probably too freaky for the final day. Just it's not for me. But however, I can't ignore the absolute gargantuan success and gargantuan demand of that fandom.
Mm-hmm.
All jokes aside, and they are actually quite. Out of all the rabid fandoms out there, I'd put them under one of the more polite ones. They're absolutely, they'll take anything. But the Kingdom Hearts community, to me at least as an outsider looking in, almost accept the fact that it's like, yep, we are going to be waiting a long time. It may be painful at points. We know Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming. When? But we'll keep waiting because we can wait this out and it'll be worth it for them. And I say that because that's exactly what it felt like with Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
And that kind of just came and went.
Oh, the disappointment, Liam. I've never felt anything like it. I'm not a big Kingdom Hearts fan, but seeing all the stuff coming out about that game initially, I was like, oh, this is going to be an old timer. Woody's in this, you can go to the what's the place in Monsters Inc?
What the actual name of the city?
The place. What's the name of the place they go to and they scare things?
It's Monsters Inc.
Oh, must be fucking so it is. Well, they go to there and you do shit, but it's just I was never a massive Kingdom Hearts fan. I played them fairly recently, to be honest with you, and it was all in the lead up to 3, and I've never been more disappointed in something in my whole life. It was horrendous, and yeah. But the fans want it, and what the fans want, they'll eventually get, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, we've kicked things off with 2 ones, I think, even though they've been meme hype. I mean that in a nice way. I think these are, I think these are ones that you could actually see before the end of this year. They have, I would say, realistic chance, not both of them, but one of them turning up at the Game Awards at least. So I wouldn't be surprised, and they're quite realistic ones. You know, the fans will dream realistically, should I say. But it will become the one that doesn't get announced, that will just live on in the comment section and become a meme. But yeah, I'll give you the next one here. This one is definitely a meme, right? I know it's not NAC 3. It's Bloodborne 2, Scott.
Yes.
The ultimate slam dunk for Sony, just sitting there. If they make that happen, it's just like that's their ultimate ability, just up their sleeve, and shit really hits the fan. It's like, right, we got through Concord, lads. Just keep that up your sleeve, right? We don't need it now. And Bloodborne 2, if they announce that, the earth will stop.
Oh.
It will be earth-shattering news the day that they announce that.
And would you call it, what's the game that's coming out for Nintendo?
I forget the name, but I did for a brief moment think that was it.
That was it. We all thought it was, and then they took that moment from us. I mean, I think my world would end if Bloodborne 2 came out. I'd have to take the year off work, just sick, just waiting for it. But it almost feels like it's just impossible. Like it's one of those games that's just never going to happen.
The Duskbloods.
The Duskbloods. So it is. Yeah. Weird name. Speaking of games that I think will never ever happen, Liam. The definition of a meme hype game. A game that's announced far too early. A game that you rarely get any updates about. And then the developers are radio silent on the whole thing.
Okay, you break my heart here, aren't you?
Yes, I am going to break your heart here, Liam, because the Elder Scrolls 6.
Yep.
Like, there was no need for it. The Elder Scrolls 6 announcement is as old as Silksong took to come out. 2018. I actually googled the date. It was June 10th, 2018 at E3 2018. Like, fucking outrageous, the fact that we're talking about it back then. No need for it.
Yeah,
absolutely no need for it.
It is scandalous when you look back on it, because you were thinking by now you'd have it.
Mm-hmm.
You knew when it was announced, I remember it, the absolute joy. But even then, it's like, man, that's years away. But by years, I'm like 4 years, maybe?
Yeah.
5, wow. And we're talking about 7? 7 years ago, man. And yeah, that's... looking back on it, it was clearly at a time when Bethesda was probably not in as rosy a patch.
Yeah.
They needed to get something out there to kind of help lift the place a little bit. That was when they were doing the Bethesda E3 showcases, or trying to go for something bigger about themselves. And they were like, we need content, otherwise we're just going to look like, assholes. And yeah, I feel like Elder Scrolls 6, there's a couple of things that I do feel like the stars are slowly aligning on that one. I don't see it anytime soon, but once we get GTA 6, that might become, the next meme hype game, something that's huge, massive, not as GTA 6 big, but Elder Scrolls is a big deal. They're generational games like Grand Theft Auto, but the thing that I see...
Let's Google. You go on that. You used to explain this, and then I'm going to actually Google the announcement teaser for it. Has 19 million views on YouTube. Like, it's anticipated. But you're right, at that point in time, they needed something like this.
Yeah, I mean, all fantasy nerds such as myself, like, we need this game, Scott. But we've had like a Baldur's Gate 3 happen since then. Yeah. They've probably went back to the drawing board in some cases. Just like, I don't think we can put out like Skyrim in a better lick of paint. We can't put out Starfield with swords. It needs to be something better. Like, I think Starfield had effectively proven that the Bethesda game is starting to run out of steam. Yeah. Even though if you're someone like me who's like, I enjoy Bethesda titles, but I cannot sit here and pretend it's like that. These feel a little bit older. They're creaking, you can feel it kind of creaking under the weight of itself, all the kind of weird cookiness of it. But I'd be sitting here saying I feel that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to become the meme game, and it's not that far away. But I'd be lying, because I think that there's another meme hype game that's brewing, and it's related to it. And for me, it's Fallout 3 remastered. I was going to say Fallout 5, But I feel like the wheels are already in motion for a Fallout 3 remaster, and I feel that the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to get bumped because of it.
Yeah.
And whatever way, shape, or form, even if it's different teams and
I think
stuff.
the success of the TV show sort of dictates that
they will be
aye.
kicking themselves that they did not have a Fallout 3 remaster for that show coming out, because they would have made bank, and then they could have just farted out a New Vegas remaster for this one. If they were to do it, I wouldn't be surprised if they packaged them both together as some type of big, Fallout 3 and New Vegas remastered. The rumours, it's been in the rumour mill for a while, and we saw what can be done with the team. I forget who it was that did it, that brought the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remaster to life in fantastic fashion, might add. That's all this needs, and if that happens, you remember the buzz when that was shadow dropped out of nowhere? Yeah. I'd expect Microsoft, Bethesda would be wanting something different, or something similar, here, and that would become, it's like announced Fallout 3 remaster shadow drop, all the comments, you can see it just kind of creating its own legend, and that's the whole point of all these games we're talking about. But that's one I've got on my list here, man. I don't know if you feel the same.
It's one I hadn't even considered it, because it doesn't feel like it's been something that's been brewing, or even in my head hasn't been rumoured or anticipated, so it's not something that I've generally thought about. One that has been, though, Liam, one that I think about every single time there's potential for it to be announced, and I'm perennially disappointed in, concerns a Ubisoft property.
Right.
And I'm sick of it, mate. I want to fight Ubisoft with my bare hands, because where the fuck is Splinter Cell? Like,
it's a good question.
They done us dirty because they put Sam Fisher in fucking, would you call it, Ghost Recon bollocks with John Bernthal, and he was in some mad 3v3 nonsense. And it's like, why do this to us? Like, why do Ubisoft hate me?
Why do they hate fans?
Like, why are they greenlighting Rayman reboots up the arse? But
they're in a weird spot.
We cannot hear any news about Splinter Cell remake or anything. The world is crying out for stealth games.
Yeah, I mean, they were, and they had like a very quiet announcement this week. This was the Game Business. If you're not subscribed to that, go check it out. And it was along the lines, I'm paraphrasing here, but they made an announcement in Saudi Arabia. Basically, they're doing a DLC, free expansion for Assassin's Creed Mirage. And I'm sitting there, obviously, when you've got ties to Saudi Arabia, naturally you're going to be held to scrutiny about that as well, just with working practices and stuff over there. That's not what's up for debate here. What is the fact that the Assassin's Creed Mirage is getting more love and care than Splinter Cell, which is mental.
Can't believe it. Like, shout out a million Assassin's Creed games, but fuck them, man. Ubisoft are just, they're doing it to me. I'm starting to take it personally, and it's starting to hurt more.
Yeah, I mean, there's another one. It's not on my list, but it's also talking about Ubisoft. Is one that I'm starting to believe is Vaporware, which is Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh my god, that game never existed. Never existed.
It's just like, I just don't believe it, and I think you get games like that. It's like, let's just announce it, see how far it goes, and we see what the culture's like from a corporate level, cancelling games left, right, and centre.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that's a strange one. I'll never forget sitting watching that. I think it was at Ubisoft E3, and they were giving you like the gameplay deep dive, and you're thinking, right, okay, only further removed to like, what the hell was that all about, man? It doesn't exist. You've showed us absolutely bollocks all because it doesn't exist. But alas, I'll move on to the next pick I have here up my sleeve, bub, which of course is Marvel's Wolverine. Feels like a formality. I say that because it already kind of is a meme hype game, but there's been rumours, we mentioned it last week in the show, the breaking news live from yourself, is that the state of play is going to be coming this month, and it's rumoured to have Marvel's Wolverine in it. Listen, by the time this episode goes live, they could have announced it, what PlayStation like, and it doesn't feel like it's going to drag on as long as what Silksong did, but considering the leak, and you still see it in TikTok, people posting leaked footage, and they're already being so judgmental about something that looks way pre-alpha, I'd expect this. I've got a funny feeling you'll see this before the end of the year. Like, I do think that holds water.
You think the game will come out before the end of the year, or you think we'll see it like?
I think we'll see like first like kind of. I think you'll get like a tone piece trailer.
Yeah, right, okay.
And you'll start to see it more trickle out. I think you'll get like a big thing, almost like what they did with the Spider-Man demo in 2018, kind of showing you like little 5 minutes of gameplay into a little kind of tone piece trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd imagine, I wouldn't be surprised if Wolverine is their big spring game, to be honest with you.
It would
April,
make
May
sense.
time.
Aye.
They need these exclusives, hence why I think it's a slam dunk. It's actually a bit of a bullshit prediction, to be honest with you. But
it makes sense, and you know, the whole point of a mean height game is that when you go into a YouTube video, like, you know, a state of play, it's people just asking for it, like relentlessly asking for it, which is something that, you know, myself, maybe I haven't posted in a YouTube section saying the same thing, but for years, Liam, there has been a property. I'm going to touch on fighting games for a moment. So UFGC fans, hold on to your seats because I'm fucking coming for you. There's been 2 games that in history have been announced. This one hasn't been announced, but it's been long rumoured. But one has been announced and we never saw. And it was cancelled. I don't even know if it was cancelled. It was quietly, you know, put into a box and never seen again. We got Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yep.
But we were supposed to have a Tekken Cross Street Fighter. And there was footage leaked in the past that showed you, I think it showed you like Ryu and Ken as Tekken characters, which we would eventually see with Akuma in Tekken 7. But,
glorious.
You know, there's a time now. These games they're so vast, and they have all these what's the word? Collaborations that, you know, you could see a Tekken character could put Kazuya in Street Fighter 6. Do you know what I mean? Like, just do it for a laugh. Why not? But, you know, that was a game that I liked Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but I think I would have preferred a Tekken Cross Street Fighter with that kind of gameplay. And it's something that even now the fans are still clamouring for. People talking to Harada all the time, asking them what happened to it and stuff as well. But another one, Liam, and, you know, Maximilian Dude, friend of the show, who, you know, we've never had on, but love the man. Every single time Evo's on, or anyone mentions Marvel, Capcom, anyone presents, it's always Marvel versus Capcom 4. People want MVC4 more than anything else. Even the announcement of, you know, Marvel versus Capcom Infinite was fucking hell. People were raging about it because it wasn't Marvel versus Capcom 4. You know, like it or love it, that game has its fans, has its detractors. It didn't do very well, but, you know, people absolutely love it. And I know that he created a mod. It was like Infinite and Beyond, where it was like a modded version of the game, and they changed all the visuals and stuff, and it looks incredible. But Marvel vs. Capcom 4 are what people want. Take it back to the roots of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and just create this over the top game that people want to actually play. From what it seems like, Tokon Fighting Souls from Arc System Works seem to be scratching an itch there. It is very different. You know, the beta, all the impressions from the beta seem to suggest it's more in the vein of, you know, a Dragon Ball Fighters, but that's to be expected with it being Arc Sys. But it's Marvel vs. Capcom 4 is just people MVC 4 win. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those games that people will be asking for perennially. Except the same with like Darkstalkers as well. There was a video, I believe it was like one of these, you know, fighting games conferences, and I think it was the guy, I think his name was Oda or something like that. He used to run Capcom or create Street Fighter, and he said that Darkstalkers are not dead or something like that, or Darkstalkers is not dead, and it was like people wanted this Darkstalkers game like years ago, and then nothing ever came of that. So as fighting game fans, you just learn to live with disappointment, and that's just how life goes. And I just can't take it anymore. I just can't.
Yeah, I mean, it's fighting game community, like, they hype like nobody else, man. Like, they really are hype incarnate. It's a wonderful thing to see, like, them just lose their onions for these big games when they get announced, and Yeah, I'm hoping that we do get to see that soon. There has been the odd wee rumour, but nothing more than a murmur. But
Yeah.
that could be that's a really good shout for it, man. I've got only two more on my list here. One is the latest entry. We know it's been worked upon, but when it's some time off, so it's ripe for a meme hype, which is Mass Effect. I think that's definitely one that could be the next one, has its potential. Just like that one Cook's got, right? And then you'll start to see it all over them comments, particularly with us old farts that remember the good times of the series and we want something back. Unfortunately, Andromeda was not a bad game. It wasn't a great game. And when you're in a series of great games, you stand at last sore thumb. And I'll give you my last one here, just as a quick 1-2 punch. But The Haunted Chocolatier, the next game from Concerned Ape, your beloved makers of Stardew Valley, been announced, no date, has meme type potential there as well, Scott, because the Stardew community is massive.
Enormous. Massive. Making an update, they're updating Stardew Valley as well. It's going to send us one more update to it. Ridiculous. Like, there's no need for it. That game's perfect the way it is. And also on PlayStation Plus. There you go, Herman. There's your advert, mate. I don't think I have many more, to be honest with you. When I think about games that people want to know more about and we've never heard of anything since, Judas, that Ken Levine joint, is one that, the initial trailers and stuff, the spiritual successor to BioShock, was shown off in 2022 or something like that. And since then, people have had previews of it, people have seen bits of it, but public-facing people, no fucking clue that it still exists. It might as well be cancelled. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've literally never seen anything about it. But it is one of those things where as time goes on, it's getting to that point where it's like, because we haven't had a BioShock game, it's kind of like, something needs to fill that space. And people are like, well, where's Judas? Where's Judas, you wee bastard, you?
I know. It's one I'm very much looking forward to, and I'm hoping that it can deliver. If I can get a 7 out of 10 effort on that, Scott, I'll be very happy. Very happy. But yeah, it's kind of all my meme hype games. It's fascinating though. Like, we as gamers just can't help ourselves, man. Like, we need that carrot on the stick, don't we? Just the one big thing for us all to just absolutely lose our shit about when it gets announced. And
it is almost like, as a community of gamers, there's no, maybe movies are something like it, but we're so led by the excitement and the hype for games. Like, we talk about it on the show all the time, talking about upcoming games, talking about the year, and it's like, as an industry, it's just, what are you excited for next? It's like,
We're the perfect consumer from a corporate standpoint. I mean, no wonder people invest so much, what they used to, in video games. I mean, we get absolutely overexcited about the next shiny thing all the time, and we'll spend £70 at the point of entry for it. Whereas at a movie, you're paying, what, 15 quid? Or, 40 quid to a guy that can sort you in a fire stick. So it's...
allegedly. It's... You're right, though. Like, what other industries like that you have to pay 70 quid as the barrier of entry every single time? Like,
and not just that, we'll pay more money for digital cosmetics, stuff we don't actually fucking own.
You've actually just blown my mind. Like, I hadn't even really considered it like that. It was almost just like, that's normal. But honestly, there's nothing else like that.
Exactly, and it's a special thing. It's a crazy thing, and it's it's just something that makes us gamers at the end of the day. Like, we just can't resist a bit of hype. And do you know what? You can't beat it though.
Yeah.
That feeling of waiting on your copy of the game you've been looking forward to arriving in the mail, or even downloading now on the console, waiting to finish work when you can actually get a shot at it that night. And even now, when you've got limited time, you just can't beat that wee kind of flicker of hype when you finally get to sit down and then just start and play your way through it. And now you can carry it even further. You can talk about it online in Blue Sky. You can find other new members of the community. You can listen to two old dads in a podcast talk shite about it. The options are limitless.
Yeah. It's almost like the hype itself is marketing for the game as well.
Oh
Like,
yeah, 100%.
the excitement for Silksong, you're not telling me that this many people were that excited for Silksong. You know what I mean? Like, almost waiting 8 years, 7 years for this game to come out. It's like that in itself is fucking. It's creating the buzz around it. It's mad.
It's true.
So maybe the secret here, Liam, is just keep your game in development hell for as long as humanly possible, and then release. Grand Theft Auto 6 is doing it right. So
I mean, yeah. I mean, that technically, that is the granddaddy meme hype game now. I mean, they could still delay that. I hope they don't. The world will stop. But I mean, we've got a taste of it with Silksong there. The world didn't stop, but the hardcore gaming world stopped for a day. And it carried
everything,
on.
all the fucking storefronts stopped.
Yeah, the storefront stopped. I mean, what is it going to be like trying to download a friggin' 300 gigabyte or God knows what size it'll be Grand Theft Auto 6 from that store? It is going to be on a scale we have never seen before. And I look forward to it. I do, because you can't beat that. Like, nothing comes close to a Grand Theft Auto release. Maybe other Rockstar games, but it is, that's just because everybody is going to be in on that. People that you don't know were into games are going to be coming up to you at the office and be like, no, think about getting a PlayStation for GTA. That's it,
Do you know where I can buy a PlayStation, mate? If you got a PlayStation, I can borrow, mate.
Exactly. The guy down the pub that can get you in for 50 quid. He's got one under his arm ready to go. But aye, it's exciting times, man. Exciting times.
It's the life force of this whole community.
Yeah.
But on the topic of, we're talking about Silksong this episode, and Hollow Knight was a game that saw success, and now we're seeing Silksong in the mainstream, and that brings us on to the Pixel Picks Showdown, which this week is where we are going to talk about games that went mainstream. What is the best indie game that hit it big, that hit the jackpot, and we don't even think about them as indie games anymore? Last week's theme was Best Spy Game, with GoldenEye winning, which obviously was yourself. I'm not going to say this whole, last week's winner goes last, because I can never understand it, and I'm too stupid for that. So, yeah, I'm going to continue talking for a little bit longer, because I go first, because I did not pick GoldenEye. I think I always preface this with, this was a tough one this week. And you know what it was? Because it's getting to that point in the list where all the games are on the list already. So you think of a game and you go, is that on the list? And you scroll through it and you're like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And you don't have many opportunities, because, first thought, Stardew Valley, easy.
Yeah.
Second thought, Hades, easy. Oh fuck, they're both on the list. Can't use either of them. Minecraft, no. It's like you're goosed. So it's not tough thinking of games. It's just tough thinking of games that actually aren't on the list. But I did have a good think, and I went with my heart on this one, Liam, because I want to pick Hollow Knight as actually the game for this week. But it's not. Hollow Knight as my honourable mention for this week. The success of this game is just outrageous. So much so that it's still causing ripples to this day, quite literally, with Silksong. But just the success that Team Cherry had with that first outing, what is it, like 15 million copies sold or something like that they're saying? Like, just ridiculous numbers. But I didn't really want to actually go down that route, basically because, I just wanted to have a conversation about another game. I just wanted to be selfish on this one. I don't even care if I win. I actually just want to bring up a game that I don't think I talk about enough on this show. And my pick for this week is actually a game from 2015.
Yes.
It's a wonderful, wonderful game inspired by a little title called Earthbound, created by Toby Fox. I want to talk about Undertale, Liam. A game filled with wee freaky people in it and weird characters and stuff. A game that you can play your own way if you want to go through literally killing every single person in that game, go for it. You know, the game doesn't stop you from doing it.
Off you go.
It might have ramifications in the end. If you want to play the whole game and, you know, talk your way out of battles, you can do that as well. And again, it might have ramifications in the end. It's just a blast, though. It's so fun. It's full of humour. It's full of daft moments. The gameplay itself as well. It's not your standard, you know, what is it? You know, RPG. It's not one of these, you know, it's not one of those. Is that every single time you take an action in that game, you have to move. Like you're moving a wee heart across the screen, dodging things like that. It's like you're an active participant in each battle, and I love that. It is just disgusting how good this game is, and to a point where Deltarune is. I didn't want to pick it because it's not finished yet. So, like, if it had been, then yeah. But Undertale walked so Deltarune could run. But, you know, sometimes the game that walk just deserve a wee bit of love. And, yeah I wanted to give it its flowers.
Good shout. Good shout. I'm pleased, Scott, because I think I've got you here. I've got you again. I stuck to the brief here. The best indie game that went mainstream being the key word there. And I thought my honourable mention, right? what tick that box? So for me, the honourable mention is Among Us. I'm going to go with that because it went totally mega over the pandemic. It became, you've seen it in bloody Primark and stuff like that. Like it absolutely just became, it broke through the zeitgeist in a way I didn't really expect of it. But it's not something that I think I could pick. So I thought, what was another big indie game that went mainstream? Where casual gamers had also embraced the joy of what is one of the finest games you could play then, now, and forever. It's not a wrestling game. It's none other than a game inspired by the greatest game on the planet. And that is Rocket League. The game that keeps on giving, Scott. It went mainstream. It was a little game that could, and it became something, a monster, an absolute monster, to the point where you could even pick up something like Fortnite, and you can see the clear influence of that game within the little sub-modes, etc. within there. Endlessly playable. The best game, I think, the best indie game that went mainstream by a country mile for me. And also, I know our dear friend Alex may be listening to this, and he might concur with me because I know he loves Rocket League. And that's an outright lie. That's slander. If he was on this show just now, it's a
does he not like Rocket League?
I don't think he does. I think the last time, Alex, remind me. It pops a message, but from what I can recall, not a fan. But yeah, I'm going to go for Rocket League. But have I picked this one before? Is it on the list?
Oh my goodness. Check. I'll scroll the list and
We're
check.
Getting a VAR check live on the show here.
He's fucked it. Rocket League is on the list already.
Oh no. You're
going to have to pick Fez.
I'm going to have to pick Among Us. That's because I don't have time to change it. What a shame. It was Rocket League. What was that under?
Free to play game.
So it was. Oh, you fool.
That was back in week 36. So
man, I was. It's good to set yourself these challenges though.
But only a boy. I don't think, Liam, that I can live in a world where Among Us features on this list. I don't think I can do it.
I can't have an honourable mention, so I'm happy to concede.
I am not having it. I just want Undertale to live on the annals of this list. I want it to be carved into stone that when we finally, shift this mortal coil and leave this earth, that Undertale continues to live on the Pixel Picks list, and it deserves its place.
Yep, well, it's on there. Congrats.
Congratulations on Undertale being the most recent entry on the Pixel Picks list there as well. I'm trying to remember what you say. It thoroughly deserves its place, and I'd love to say look forward to the next one, but I don't know what the options are yet. So look forward to it because we'll get there eventually. I like it when I host a show because I kind of peel back the curtain a wee bit peel it back a tiny bit and show them, show a wee bit of leg, you know.
Yeah, I'm sitting here, gorilla, sweating.
He's sweating. Oh my god!
He's got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes to go. What is it? Did you watch that? What is it called? The WWE. What's that show they had on Netflix? Unreal. Did you see the part where it was like Bruce Pritchard is like moaning at that guy Joseph Parks about what match is it? Is it WrestleMania? Is it the CM Punk match?
It wouldn't have been, no.
No. What one was that?
So that one with the big man's like basically just went on too long, and he's pure like, "Oh, thank you, I appreciate it," blah blah blah, and he was just like properly sweating. He was sweating his kicks off because it's went over by a few minutes.
So what was it? It was a. Oh my god, I can't even remember what wrestling match it was. But regardless, it was like, it was so like ridiculous. The fact that he was so apologetic about it, and like Bruce Pritchard is like, "Oh, it's fine, it was great, man." It's like, fuck off, you, like absolute dinosaur in the industry. Like, piss off. It's good to see behind the curtain of the WWE, but sometimes, you know, kayfabe has to live on, and you know, if there's one thing I can say about this show, Liam, is that kayfabe is alive and well in the Pixel Parent Studio. You know, it's something that will continue to live, and I'm going to stop talking now because I can't think of what.
Bring us home, Scott.
Let's go home. Let's go home, Liam. Come on, let's get on the road. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening to the show. And yeah, again, you know, thanks for joining us. Remember to support your favourite small independent games media. If that's ourselves or any other show, you know, go and support them as well. If you like what you hear from ourselves and enjoy the podcast, then share us on social media. You can tell your mates about us or leave us a wee 5-star review. Wee 5-star review. It helps us out, you know, massively, enormously, and makes a huge difference. Test time to our big man Liam here. Where can we find you on internet?
Indeed, you can come join the final dab with his ramblings and everything else in between. I'll probably be posting the usual stuff, probably reacting to a lot of Nintendo Direct stuff. But you can get me on Blue Sky at carmelite.bsky.social. So look forward to hearing and seeing you on there.
Can't wait, Liam. I can't wait. You keep me up to date with the news on Blue Sky, and I do appreciate it. I don't know how you do it, but you really do. You keep me up to date with it all. For myself, if you want to come and, you know, delve into the ramblings of a madman, then you'll find me on Blue Sky at llamaman.bsky.social, a name that I've had for many years, and I have absolutely no idea where it came from. But, you know, the biggest shout out and the biggest thank you have to go to the handsome and talented Mr. Sean Murray. You can go and show him some love and check out his work on Instagram at Bare Hands Designs and at barehandsdesigns.com. And as always, you can listen to the next episode on all major podcast platforms. Follow us on Blue Sky at pixelparents.bsky.social, and of course, send us a wee email at pixelparentspodcast@gmail.com. With that, I was going to use your ending, Liam, but I don't like it. I don't want to steal it from you, so I will leave you with this. Goodbye, friends, and, you know, just have a fucking good time, man. See you all later. Thanks for listening. I'm out of here.
The final dab was robbed again.
Robbed among us. Piss.